Hi everyone, Nigel Saunders here. Today I'm going to be working on this North American hornbeam. I got this tree in June of this year from Jason of the Kitchener-Waterloo Bonsai Society, and I did an out-of-season repot on it. When I got the tree, it had this Y-shaped root system, so I cut off the one leg of the root system and got a better trunk line on the tree, and hopefully a nice root system will develop in the future. I did a lot of pruning on the tree, reducing it from quite a large tree down to sort of a medium-sized tree. So today I'm going to do some more pruning and clean up all my previous cuts. Here is a look at the tree, so you can see the nice yellow fall colors coming on it. So it's a good time to prune the trees when they've got their fall colors. There's still a little bit of the growing season left, so any pruning you do, it gives the tree a chance to kind of heal those wounds a bit before winter comes. So down here you can see the big cut I did, removing the one root off of the tree. And I removed a trunk line up here, which has a big stump there. Yeah, so I'm going to try and get a better trunk line to the tree, kind of shape it up a bit, and hopefully it will do quite well next year. It's in good bonsai soil and it recovered from that repotting. When I got the tree, it was very yellowy, all the leaves, and over the summer it greened up and started growing quite well. I'm going to begin the work today by cleaning up this stump where the old root was. These trees are called ironwood trees because the wood is very, very hard in them. They use this wood for making tool handles. It's a very durable hardwood. So cutting this stump off will be, I'm sure it won't be really easy. So here I go. I'll see if this tool can cut through. And I think it'll be right about here. So here I go. It's tough. There it goes. That's a pretty nice cut. There it is there. Now, is that deep enough? You have to think that this will kind of heal over and create a callus. And I'm thinking it's not quite deep enough. I think I've got to go a little deeper. So, here I go. Another cut. I'll do this in stages, so it'll leave quite a scar, but on the trunk line it should heal quickly. So here I'll cut deeper. That's a little better the depth wise, but it's not a very clean cut. This wood is so tough. That might be the best I can do. I think that'll heal over quite nicely. So I will seal that cut with rubber cement. And that will protect it from the elements and insects and anything else that wants to attack the tree. That should be good. So there's one big cut done. When I pruned up the tree in June, I took off a large branch or trunk here, and there's a new shoot emerging from that, and I think it's in a good location, so I'll let that shoot thicken up before I carve this stump back to make it more flush. So I'll leave that for now. So let's step back and have a look at the tree and see where I want to go with the trunk line. Here's a look at the tree. So this is looking quite good, this curve in the trunk. I have a bit of a straight section here, but I think as this thickens up it'll smooth out quite nicely. But I have to decide where I'm going with the trunk line. Right now I have this as the tallest part of the tree, this trunk line coming up here. So everything, it starts here, goes on this angle, and then this branch continues that angle. So I have to decide, do I want to cut it off here and then kind of grow it so it has more of an S bend to it, which will bring the tree into balance. Right now, I would have to plant it like this, and then I have a curve at the base, and then it would go absolutely vertical, which I don't think I want. I've already kind of committed to a curvy trunk on the tree. So I'm thinking this would be a good branch leader, this one, so I could remove this part of the tree. That would bring it more compact, and it gives me lots of room to grow the branches up in the future without it, being too tall and skinny a looking tree. So I think I'll make a cut here, removing this tall apex and this side branch, and I'll keep the one down here, I believe. So I'll have, the apex and then a side branch. So here I go, a big cut coming up. I'll clear out this little branch first. It's growing straight up and on a funny angle. So that one's gone. And then I'll come in here. Actually, I'll rough prune everything off first. So this branch can come off. The top can come off. Like that. And now I can get in quite easily and do my cut. So here I go. Like that. And I've left a bit of a stump for cleanup. That'll come later once it's started to heal. So I will also seal that with rubber cement. And my little cut there. So that's making a more compact tree with a lot of kind of gentle curves on the trunk line, which I think looks quite nice. I think it's going to be quite a good looking tree. So next, I need to do a little pruning, not a whole lot. So let me tackle that. I'm looking at the trunk line again, and I have kind of curvy sections, and it's quite tall and straight, this leader here, and I have a bud out the front, so I could prune the top off, make this section a little more compact, and then there's a lot of dormant buds on this that could pop out. Yeah, I think I better prune the top of the tree off to this one, so here I go. Making it more compact. I think this branch is fine. These new branches out the back here, I can reduce those back. So I will use directional pruning. I've got a leaf fanning out to the back and one to the front here. I don't really have much growing on the bottom. It's all kind of at the side, so I'm going to take this one off here. And this other shoot coming from that stump, I probably just want to let that one grow to strengthen it up, and then I can do this carving, getting rid of that stump or taking it back eventually, and this branch will eventually kind of blend in. It may even become like a second trunk in the future. Yeah, so I think that's it for the pruning. I think it's got it a little more compact. I think the tree has a fairly good trunk line. I think it's something that I can develop into the future, and I don't think there's any major problems with it at the present time anyway. Yeah, so that is my hornbeam. Just keeps getting smaller and smaller, which is good because it is a fairly skinny trunk. So I'm hoping to repot this in spring because I did, just picking some weeds out, because I did a lot of root pruning, removing this root, and I left quite a bit of the roots on the bottom just because it was an out of season repot. I didn't want to go too hard on the root system. So I imagine there's a lot of roots that have grown in the soil. So I can start that process of getting a radial root system. Doing it gradually, but I think the tree will be ready. It grew quite well this year. Yeah, I think it'll be ready for a repot in spring. Here is a look at what I took off the tree today. Quite a bit. So I'll rotate the tree around. We'll just check it out from all angles and see if, a good front pops out or some ideas come. Here is a possible front for the tree. So I'll rotate it around. So there's the right hand side. The back. The left hand side. And back to the front. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe somewhere here is a good front. That way you can see this branch kind of coming up. Yeah, this way from this view the trunk line comes towards you, which is nice. This is more of a back trunk or branch in future. And this one may get reduced. I'll see what comes out on it. But yeah, I think that's it for today on this hornbeam. It's sure changed from when I got it in June, that's for sure. I'll overwinter this hornbeam in the poly house. This is a native tree, so they're quite hardy. I'll make sure I keep snow on top of the pot, so if we get a thaw, it kind of waters the tree. And other than that, it should do quite fine until spring. And hopefully in spring, I'll get all kinds of new branches coming out all over the tree. I think I will, but time will tell. So that's all for today. I'm Nigel Saunders. Thanks for joining me in the Bonsai Zone.